footage was taken by a double-decker bus driver in Singapore during his early morning shift around 7 a.m. Just as he starts up the bus and prepares to head to his first location, he notices something creepy from the live footage of the security camera on the...
Pagi dah buat seram ah. Kau tengok ni ya. Okey, kat atas ni ada orang kan. Kiwak betul lah. Pagi-pagi dah buat seram ah. Habis boleh ada orang kat atas kan. Sial kan, tak ada orang kan. Berderau darah aku lah, celaka betul lah. Aku puas jeritkan dia suruh turun tadi kat dekat tempat turun orang. Nak bawa lagi sini. Pokemon betul lah.
After heading onto a supposedly empty bus early in the morning and seeing what appears to be someone upstairs would be enough to give you the chills. But after going up there to look around, he finds no sign of anybody on board the bus, which just makes things even more scary. But if that was the case, just who or what is this dark figure? At least this ought to wake up the driver for the rest of the shift.
Fuel shared this creepy TikTok, and I had to share with you guys. An entire neighborhood in a town in Brazil is disturbed by this eerie paranormal activity, which takes place day and night in an old supermarket reported to be built either on or next to an indigenous burial site. The owners of the property were away to spend Christmas with relatives when neighbors first noticed that numerous people were walking around inside. At first they thought it were burglars, but quickly noticed the speed of the figures and how at times they were walking backwards. Even the height of some of them suggests a dominant presence. The owners of the property were absolutely horrified and refused to live there ever. You'll even see in the last clip how the neighbors themselves are being watched. Watch this, y'all.
Nolan is woken up to the sounds of the door clicking and moving, all on its own. But just as he turns his head to look towards the door, it suddenly stops. However, a little later on he falls asleep again, and the same door aggressively slams shut on its own, instantly waking him up. Frightened and clueless, Nolan just stands there scratching his head in disbelief of what just happened. He says that this was the most scared he has ever been in his life.
That is a solid door to shut. It's a heavy duty door.
This is shocking. all shotting on their own and that.
I just want to get out of here. What the hell's that?
What?
Just heard a weird noise, bro.
What noise?
Coming from down there.
Yo, there's someone there. Who? Hello?
What the flipping hell?
What the hell?
What the hell's that?
Run! Come in! I'm never this way!
That way!
This way!
For Ivan, the creepy activity all began when he received a creepy doll for Christmas, a Chucky doll to be precise, which he soon discovered would activate on its own without pressing the button, and even without its battery.
Ese día hasta lo puse a prueba, le pregunté cómo se llamaba y me contestó.
¿Cómo te llamas?
His mum had already told him that when he left the house, she would sometimes come into his room and find the doll upside down on the side of his bed, with no explanation whatsoever. This happened on 3 separate occasions, but Ivan didn't believe her. Now, after looking at the box, he discovered the pack of batteries inside, the same batteries that were supposed to be inside the doll in order for it to activate. Yet it has been working without them this whole time. So he then decides to test it again.
Hola, Chucky. Chucky.
Now that is just the beginning of things, because over time, the doll began to activate more often out of nowhere and at night without anyone pressing the button on it. And it didn't take long for paranormal events to start happening. Watch closely. After this, Ivan decided to not take any chances and set up a security camera pointing right towards the doll, and it quickly captures something chilling. Objects can now be seen moving by themselves inside the house. Some of Ivan's viewers were skeptical, saying that the doll doesn't even talk or use batteries, and that the sound of the doll is not original audio, so he decided to show them.
Hola, hola. Hola a toda esa gente. Miren, que me han dicho, me han comentado ahí muchas cosas, pues negativas y no negativas. Entonces, pues una de las cosas que están pensando que es que no usa pilas y no habla y que si es original y que no es original. Digo, eso pues al fin de cuentas que adquirí con mucho esfuerzo. Y pues bueno, voy a proceder para que chequen de que dicen que no usa pila y que ni siquiera habla. Entonces vamos a checarle. Aquí está la parte donde trae la bocina y todo. Yo, como les dije, comenté en uno de los videos, no recuerdo cuál, no lo quiero abrir porque lo puedo dañar y no quiero eso. Entonces aquí es donde tú presionas y el muñeco habla.
On another night, he is watching TV in the living room when he hears the doll go off on its own once again. So he decides to record the moment. What he captures is downright terrifying.
Aquí sí me dio miedo, le pensé en entrar, sentía que alguien saldría corriendo y fue lo contrario, me cerraron la puerta.
Alexa, enciende luz de habitación.
Hay algunas cosas con ese nombre: televisor habitación y espejo habitación. ¿A cuál te refieres?
Espejo habitación.
Muy bien.
The home security camera seems to capture something unnerving that he missed when searching the room. On another night, he is watching TV in his room while home alone, and he believes he saw the doll moving on its own inside the box, and begins to record. The doll appears to move by itself inside the box,